Hello friends, a warm welcome to all of you. And in today's video, we will talk about the first solar eclipse, which is going to occur on 10th June 2021 this year. So in this video, we will look at the impact of this solar eclipse on all ascendants as well as the general impact of this solar eclipse on the world as a whole. So let us first understand when a solar eclipse occurs. A solar eclipse occurs when the sun, the moon, and the earth are in a straight line, and therefore the moon blocks a portion of the sun's light from falling on the earth and thus casts a shadow on the earth. Now, this is not a total solar eclipse, this is an annular solar eclipse. Okay, and this eclipse will be visible in parts of Russia, Canada, North America, South America. It is not completely visible in India though. But being the first solar eclipse, and there are three key planets participating in this solar eclipse, that is Moon, Sun, and Mercury. Okay, so if you see this diagram, you can see Moon, Sun, and Mercury. They all come in the Rahu Ketu axis on 10th June 2021, and thus both the luminaries are involved in the solar eclipse along with Mercury. So what is the moon? The moon is our mind, the sun is our consciousness, and Mercury is our intellect. So as part of this eclipse, the mind, the consciousness, as well as our intellect are deeply impacted. Now let us do an ascendant wise analysis. For the Aries ascendant, this eclipse is occurring in your second house, okay, and it is impacting the 2-8 axis. So you can see the orange line which shows the 2-8 axis for the Aries ascendant. Now what is this second house all about for an Aries ascendant? Okay, second house is about wealth, it is about comforts, it is about your finances, okay, it is also about your family. It is about your speech. Mercury is all about speech and communication. So in this time period, the way you communicate with others, that will be greatly impacted. Okay, your mind may not be in a stable state. You might feel very depressed from within. Okay, and you may say something which you should not say. So for an Aries ascendant, you need to be very careful with respect to your speech, especially when you are talking to your bosses, when you are talking to your mother. Within your family, some family members may not be well during this time because Ketu is also present in your 8th house. Uranus is present in your ascendant, indicating sudden events. So worshipping Lord Hanuman in this time period will help you in a big way. Also, your ascendant Lord Mars is weak and placed in the sign of Cancer. Okay, so you might feel an emotional depression. Your speech might be impacted in a big way during this period. So, Aries ascendant, you need to take care of your communication in this time period. Meditate a lot on Lord Hanuman, and you will not find this eclipse impacting you in a bad way. Now let us move to the Taurus ascendant. For a Taurus ascendant, this eclipse is occurring in the ascendant itself, that is in the sign of Taurus. Okay, and this Taurus sign is all about comforts, luxuries, creativity. Now Rahu is in the Rohini nakshatra, and the remaining three planets which you see are in the Mrigashira nakshatra. Mrigashira nakshatra is all about wandering, it is about search. Okay, so when this eclipse occurs or during a period close to this eclipse, your mind may waver. You might try to search for a solution to a particular problem, but you may just be wandering, you may not get that solution easily. Okay, and Ketu being in your 7th house, your partnerships will be impacted badly in this time period. The sun, being the Karaka of immunity, is a part of this eclipse. Okay, so take care of your health. Taurus is the natural second house in the zodiac belt, so be careful about the kind of food you are eating. Take good care of yourself. Do not allow your ego to dominate you, and things will be fine with you. Worship Goddess Mahalakshmi, and this will give you great peace and prosperity during the time of the eclipse. Let us move to the Gemini ascendant. For a Gemini ascendant, this solar eclipse is occurring in your 12th house of Taurus. Okay, and the 12th lord has moved into your ascendant. That is, your 12th lord is Venus, who has moved into the sign of Gemini. So what does this tell you? This tells you that your expenses will be on a higher side in this time period. But when the 12th lord is in the first house, it also tells you that you need to learn to donate things in charity, okay, to help the poor in this time period. So if the eclipse is going on, and if you do charity and donations on that day, okay, this will bring about great prosperity for you in times ahead. Also, you might find that sudden foreign connections or people in foreign land with whom you have not communicated till now for a very long time suddenly come in touch with you. Maybe your roommates, maybe your friends, etc. When you went abroad, they were not in touch with you for a very long period, but now suddenly you receive their call. So take advantage of this time period, meet with your friends, connect with your friends, and you will feel very happy and energetic in this time period. Also, for the Gemini ascendant, there is an exchange between your first lord and the 12th lord at the point of this eclipse. Okay, now this exchange is generally not very good, but what it tells you is focus more on meditation, focus more on letting go of grudges, focus more on giving food to the poor, giving money in charity, and this will give you a lot of peace. Ketu being in your 6th house in the sign of Scorpio also tells you that you should serve small animals such as cats, dogs, etc. in this time period, and that brings you a lot of peace and prosperity. So for Gemini ascendant, the message is to let go of things, okay, to let go of grudges, to help the poor, and to meditate, worship Lord Vishnu, and you will be protected during this period. Now for a Cancer ascendant, this eclipse is occurring in your 11th house of gains, okay, and your ascendant lord is also a part of this eclipse. Your ascendant lord is the moon, which means that during this time period you will be mentally stressed. Okay, the moon represents the mind, and the mind is under the influence of Rahu. The intellect is also clouded, as well as your consciousness is deeply impacted. Also, your 10th lord Mars is placed in the ascendant. Okay, so you may face sudden issues in your workplace, in your career during this time period. Take good care of the health of your children because Ketu is in the 5th house, okay, for the Cancer ascendant. And most important, meditate on Lord Hanuman or Lord Shiva in this time period, and you will find a lot of relief. Because the mind is impacted, worship of Shiva will give you great peace and prosperity in this time. Now let us move to the Leo ascendant. For the Leo ascendant, the ascendant lord Sun is placed in the 10th house, and the eclipse is occurring in your 10th house. Again, 10th house represents your workplace. It represents your status and image in society. Okay, and your 12th lord moon is also in the 10th house and participating in this eclipse. Your 2nd and 11th lord Mercury is also participating in this eclipse. So this indicates there is some kind of financial stress coming up for you in this time period. Okay, and that also adds to your mental stress. So the solution to this is to meditate on Lord Narsimha. This will give you lot of peace. So during the eclipse time, try and meditate on Lord Narsimha, and you will find that this time will pass by and you will get great prosperity in life. Also, take care of the health of your mother. Okay, do not get into property disputes because you have Ketu in the fourth house, and this eclipse is occurring along your 410 axis. Okay, so property related issues in your workplace can cause you mental strain. So be strong, worship Lord Narsimha, and things will be fine. For a Virgo ascendant, again the ascendant lord is a part of this eclipse. This eclipse is occurring in your ninth house, impacting your 9-3 axis. Okay, so what you may find is, despite putting lot of efforts, there are many obstacles coming in your way in this time period. Okay, the way to overcome this is to worship Lord Vishnu, and you will find yourself getting great peace. Now let us move to the Tula ascendant or the Libra ascendant. For the Tula ascendant or Libra ascendant, this eclipse is occurring in your 8th house. The 8th house is the house of sudden events, inheritance, transformation. Okay, and Taurus is the natural second house in the zodiac belt, which represents finances. So sudden events related to your finances, related to your family may crop up. Okay, and this may give you some kind of mental stress and dissatisfaction in this period. So worship goddess Mahalakshmi and things will fall in place for you. Now moving to the Scorpio ascendant, this eclipse is occurring in your 7th house. Okay, so it can impact your partnerships, it can impact your married life. However, your ascendant lord is placed in your 9th house but is debilitated. Okay, so worshipping Lord Hanuman will help you strengthen that Mars and overcome these difficulties which the period of the eclipse might bring for you. For a Sagittarius ascendant, the eclipse is occurring in the 6th house and impacting the 6th 12th axis. So be very careful about problems caused by hidden enemies. Okay, do not trust anyone blindfoldedly. Okay, evaluate that person and then only trust him, because this is a period when you may face problem from hidden enemies. However, Jupiter is aspecting Venus, that is your 7th house. Okay, Venus is placed in the sign of Gemini. So you can go ahead with partnerships and it will help you a lot. Only thing is, you need to be careful about hidden enemies. So if your body is indicating some kind of pain, some kind of problem for you, or if you are facing chronic diseases, this is a time not to relax but to consult your doctor, take good advice and take lot of rest. So for Sagittarius ascendant, be careful about hidden enemies. Sagittarius ascendant can benefit by taking the advice of their gurus, their teachers in this time period, serving their teachers, and Jupiter will definitely give you good results. Now for a Capricorn ascendant, the eclipse is occurring in your 5th house. Okay, and your 6th lord Mercury is also placed in the 5th house. Mercury is also your 9th lord, right? So he is impacted by this eclipse. This means that during this time period, you should not engage in speculative gains. That is, you should not engage in activities such as gambling, trading, etc., because that can give you heavy financial losses. Also take care of the health of your children mainly. Okay, because this axis is impacting the 511 axis, right? This eclipse is impacting the 511 axis. So take good care of the health of your children, look after them, and do not engage in speculative trading. Since you have Saturn in the ascendant, worshipping Hanuman in this time period will give you the grace of Saturn. And any challenges that you see, they will be easily overcome by the grace of Hanuman. Let us move to the Aquarius ascendant. For the Aquarius ascendant, where is this eclipse occurring? It is occurring in the 4th house and it is impacting the 410 axis. Okay, so your 5th lord Mercury is placed in the 4th house, which is good. Okay, and one more thing to note is that Mercury is also your 8th lord. Okay, so the 8th lord and the 5th lord is participating in this eclipse in the 4th house. What does that mean? Sudden disputes related to property, sudden issues with respect to the health of your children may come up during this time period. So, the advice to the Aquarius ascendant is to take the support of Jupiter. Jupiter is placed in your ascendant. So, worshipping Guru such as Dattatreya, Sai Baba, Swami Samarth, that will give you a lot of protection and help you in achieving your goals. Now, let us move to the Pisces ascendant. For the Pisces ascendant, your ascendant lord is in your 12th house. Okay, the eclipse is occurring in your 3rd house of courage, siblings, neighbors, efforts, and it is impacting the 3-9 axis. Okay, so what this means is, despite your full efforts, you may face challenges in resolving certain problems. So again, to resolve issues, to resolve problems, you need to take the help of Jupiter. Okay, Jupiter is placed in your 12th house. So try worshipping your gurus, your teachers, serving your teachers in this time period, and that is going to give you a lot of bliss. Now, in general, what are the impact of this solar eclipse? If you see the green lines, they are talking about the aspects of Saturn. The purple lines are showing the aspects of Mars, and the blue lines are showing the aspects of Jupiter. Now, Jupiter's aspect is not falling on this eclipse. Now, because this is a solar eclipse and Sun and the Moon are trapped in the Rahu Ketu axis, during this period, the health of people may not be very great. Okay, there may be some mental stress throughout the world because the Moon, the Sun, as well as our intellect are clouded and confused by Rahu and Ketu in this time period. So, this eclipse is a time when we should meditate, when we should focus more on what we want to achieve. We should retrospect and introspect more rather than taking critical decisions in this time period. Let the eclipse elapse and then only go ahead with taking any critical decisions, because there is a great chance that because of a confused intellect, because of a confused mind, and because of poor health, you may take the wrong decision. There can be some frustration around the world because of this pandemic, because of this virus, but things will ease out gradually. Okay, now the pandemic will not end. Mars has now moved away from Rahu. Okay, Mars is in the sign of Cancer, and therefore the pandemic will reduce in intensity. It will not eliminate, it will not end, but definitely the death rate and other things will start reducing. So friends, thanks a lot. If you like this video, please mark it as liked on YouTube. To know more about us, visit our website astroseva.tripod.com. For any consultation, email us at astrosevaworld@yahoo.com and we'll be glad to assist you. So friends, thanks a lot. We'll see you soon shortly with another video. Till then, bye, take care and stay safe.